Hey guys, what's up? So I'm going to start with some backstory here for this video today. Today we're going to address some air conditioning issues again with this camper. It has been an ongoing thing since the day we bought the trailer here. As you can see right there's our air conditioning unit. It is a product right there on it. That is an RV silencer from, I believe it's Wacko Products. So there are some good things about that product and some negative things in my opinion. I will address those when we get there, but basically our camper is a 32-foot travel trailer. It's a Cherokee 264 DBH. So issues we've been having is once you hit those summer months where it is just 90 degrees outside, it is impossible to cool this camper down. I think we went to Cape Charles this summer and it was 95 degrees inside the trailer with the air conditioning running and fans blowing around. So it's been very frustrating. I put that RV silencer on it about a year ago. Because as you guys probably know, they are obnoxiously loud and annoying to the point where you can't hear anything when they're running at times. So I will say this, that silencer has been amazing for the noise level. However, they make claims that the air conditioner will run more efficiently, meaning it keeps the trailer cooler. I have yet to see that actually be a thing, and I'll show you why when I tear that apart, why I think that it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So I got this product here that we saw at the Hershey RV show while we were there a week or two ago. This is a product made by KoolRV. We're going to be installing this today. If I can get it out of the bag here. I spoke to them at the RV show. For the price that they're selling these for, it was worth a shot. This right here is all it is. It's a splitter that goes directly to the output on your air conditioner, and it ducts it immediately straight into the joists and into your ductwork of the camper. So ideally, this thing will push all of the air conditioning that produces and push it out your vents. There's going to be a couple other things that I'm going to do to try and improve the airflow, which I'll take you guys along with. I got really official to test this out because I want to know how well this thing works. So I bought this tool. It's called an anemometer. This is going to measure the temperature at the duct and the speed of the air coming out of each duct at the vents. So I'm going to make notes of what it's doing now. I have a couple upgrades here as well as this KoolRV duct piece that I'm going to put in, and some little hacks that I've seen online that I want to see what it does and if it helps this airflow issue, to see hopefully we can fix this problem for good, because man, it's frustrating when you're in a camper and you're trying to enjoy yourself on a trip and you can't because you're so hot and you're irritated because the air conditioning is not working whatsoever, no matter what you do. So quite frankly, we have two dogs that we usually bring with us too, and I don't want to have to worry about whether they're baking in the camper like an oven while we're at the beach or at the pool or wherever we're going. So hopefully this fixes the issue. We're going to find out. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first, we're going to power this thing up here. Let's see what this does. This is the last duct, the vent on the line here. So let's see what this is producing here. I've never used one of these meters, but I picked this up on Amazon for 25 bucks, I believe it was. I will put a link down in the description here so you guys can pick one up too. Everything that I used today in this video, I'm going to make sure that I will put it in the description. That way you have all of the links that'll take you straight to it and let you purchase this exact tool and whatever supplies I get. This is showing about 12.4, 12.9 miles per hour coming out of here. And as of now, it's showing 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'm gonna guess is not real accurate because you have to hold these up for quite a while to get the actual temperature reading, because now it's already at 64.5, so it's still dropping. I don't really know that I care so much about the temperature because I already did that before, and I have a different meter that I can read the actual temperature. So I'm more concerned about the speed of airflow right now. So I'm gonna go off of the middle of the vent, because if I kick it off to the left a little bit to the back of the louvers, we're only at about 11 miles per hour, 10.7. Toward the front of this, like right here, we're sitting at about 15.6. In the middle of it, we're gonna find our happy medium. I'm gonna hit hold here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not on the meter. It's about 13.3 miles per hour. It's registering 57.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see what this one does. This is the second one in line. This one's terrible. This is 9.8 miles per hour. Way colder temperature already. We're at 54 degrees immediately, so it's colder air, but it's moving way slower. And that's the middle. If I go out this edge, it actually got worse. It's 8.9 miles per hour. And this one's backwards. At the back of the louvers, we're at 10.7 miles per hour. So it's faster at the back versus the front, which is opposite of that one there. But going off of the middle, we're looking at about 9.5 miles per hour. This, when I hit hold, it's 9.8 miles per hour and 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go into the back bedroom here. Now, for whatever reason, the way they designed this camper, we have 2 vents in the main living area and 2 vents in our back bedroom. So we're gonna do the one that's over my bed first. This is blowing out at 6.2 miles an hour. Immediately 55.7, 55.5 degrees Fahrenheit and dropping. That one is at 6 miles per hour, 54.8. Let's see what the one behind our TV is doing. That's awful. 2 miles per hour. 1.7, between 1.7 and 2.2 miles per hour. And it is at 53.9 and dropping degrees Fahrenheit. So we're gonna average that one out, and it just happens that I stopped it at the same average, that it's 2.0 miles per hour. So those are our stats as of right now, where we're standing. I am extremely interested to see what this upgrade does. Hopefully it'll make a big difference. Let's get into it. All right, guys, well, let's get started. First things first, I'm gonna grab a drill. I've had this thing apart more often than I could possibly count. So I'm gonna just kind of rip this piece off. This is just the cover. I am going to shut the air conditioner off, so first things first, you're probably going to want to do that, unlike what I did, but no big deal. Back to this. Now yours is going to come apart a little bit different than mine is, unless you have this RV silencer already in which case you're going to just want to remove that. These just have 6 screws here to take this plate down. All right, we're in business. Let's see what's going on here now. Okay, so we're gonna need about a 10mm socket. If you don't have one of these tool kits, you should already have one for sure in your camper at all times. I bought this set from Harbor Freight. Personally, I always brought tools with me on the road because, quite frankly, I would rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. The downfall is I got really sick and tired of loading them and unloading them in my truck every single trip. So I bought that kit at Harbor Freight. I think it was a couple $100, but it's well worth it because now I just leave that in the camper at all times. Now if we need any kind of tools while we're on the road, for whatever reason, it's right there. So these are technically the 4 bolts that hold the air conditioner down on the roof. Ours somehow looks like there's a bolt that is bent over, so I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to take that one out. So hopefully I can get this plate out of the way enough to get this duct back out. From the RV silencer, which I'm guessing I should be able to. Wow, this is really tight. I don't know what's going on with that. Don't like that. Come on. Okay. That one's out. Now, I'll show you what's going on here. So all right, let me turn that off of there. Okay. So the 4 bolts I just took out were here, 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 and this one should be coming out, but as you can see, it is bent over, and it's in there. So I'm not going to be able to get that one out. But what I am going to have to take out now is this screw and this screw. That's going to get this box to just kind of hover. So we're going to do that now. You could probably just get away with a Phillips screwdriver with this, not so much the drill, so that doesn't happen. But you know, where's the fun in that? Why have power tools if you're not going to use them, right? Let's see what happens here. Okay. Everything down but this one. Okay. Hopefully I can just swing this out of the way enough. Oh. What is flying at my face? A moth. All right. I don't know what happened here, why this is bent up like this, but let's see. Maybe I can get this out. I don't know what's happening. All right. Well, here's the hoping that's out of the way enough. So, let me show you in here what we're going to be removing. See this styrofoam duct here? This thing is what comes with the RV silencer. And it's up in there. Whenever you get this put in, the factory air conditioner will have a metal wall right here. And that's the only thing that separates your air return right in this side from your duct side. When you put this RV silencer and this ductwork in, you actually remove the metal wall and only have this styrofoam piece here, right there. So we're gonna just remove this, and then we're gonna install the new piece from there. Let me move this. All right, let's see if I can get this styrofoam piece out. There we go. So this just comes down. This is all it is. So air's pushed into here, hits this ramp, which this is filthy looking, and quite frankly, I just cleaned this out. So it does not go well with me that it's that dusty and dirty again in there already. I feel like the styrofoam texture just collects it and holds on to it. So that's awesome. But anyway, this is where it sits on your air conditioner right here, blowing the air in, hitting this baffle, and pushes the air out from one side to the other and comes out of here. Now, I don't know if I have a tape measure in here or not. Does not look like it, of course not. But here's the issue that I saw with the silencer product here. Let me turn the camera. All right, so the RV silencer comes with these plastic baffles. Let me get this other side, show you. Can you see it in here? So there's this, right? The problem that I ran into was right out of the gate, these were not the right size for my air conditioner. So I had to cut this plastic down and modify this so it actually fit my duct. But the problem is with that now is, being that I'm cutting this down, now we have the air coming out of that styrofoam ductwork that is also made larger than these ducts are. So you're getting airflow that's hitting this wood around it, causing it to stop from going into the ductwork. In theory, with this KoolRV product, it's made for my duct size in this air conditioner and all of that stuff. So in theory, it should mount right up. It should be the exact size. It's supposed to go right in. We'll see how accurate it is. Let's get these plastic pieces out of here. It's not going to be easy because, of course, they tape them in with sticky weather seal. So we got that out of there. That's one. And two. That's all they are. Just a piece of plastic with a divider in for structure, I'm assuming. When I got this though, I had to cut through here and shorten one side. That's why you see this baffle on one side, because I had to cut this side down and put it basically in half. So it was way bigger than what it should have been. Let's see. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see how well this actually goes in. Fit it, and then I'll pull it over and show you what I'm doing. Well, that's an issue again. Running into the same issue that I did with the RV silencer. Unless this goes in here. Okay, gonna have to go way back in there. Maybe this duct. So let me show you guys real quick what I'm running into right now. If I can get the camera to do what I want it to. Oh. All right. So the way this is supposed to work, let me move this box. Bear with me, I am working one-handed too, so. All right, so we're gonna move that box out of the way. Now, the way that this is supposed to work, this should go right up in here and fit right in there, which it does. All right, I'll give it that. Then these are supposed to go in here. However, as of now, this does not look like it wants to fit into the duct size. I'm gonna see if I can maneuver things and get it to work, but it looks like it is a little short on each side for this duct work to go in here. So we will see, I guess. I don't know if you can see that or not. The duct ends right about there. So that means I'm gonna have to try and slide this end in past this wood, hopefully, and then hook it in and put a screw in here. So I guess we'll find out if I can do that or not. Hopefully it works, because I can already tell you, going off of the way that this fits in at the top, it's already gonna be more efficient. Let's see here. Let me get a screwdriver. I have some foil tape over here, so I'm going to try and break that foil tape because I think that might be what's holding me up. I put foil tape all around this ductwork, trying to get it more efficient. There we go. All right, it's in. Little love taps. Sneak it past here. Let's see if I can get the second one in here too. Oh, this one might be tighter. Doesn't help having parts hanging in front of my face too. Oh man, for something that's made for this product, I feel like, you know, it's still a little tight for my liking here. But I guess in theory, you know, if it's tight to fit, it should be a lot more efficient once it's in, I guess. I gotta get this to go over like a quarter of an inch almost. All right, hey, I think we're in. Okay. I'm gonna grab some of these. And of course they're not Phillips. Give me a second. So we're back in business here. Got the right bit here now. Let's see if I can get this back into place now that I have the right bit. All right, we're in there. Let me screw that in place. I'm gonna put one more in there. Okay, that's that. Oh. Oh, come on. This part could be a little less of a pain here. Not really their fault though, but a little tight up here for... Oh, come on. All right, let's try this again. There we go. All right. Well, it's in. Let me show you. This is what it's going to look like essentially in. I don't know if you can see that or not. But essentially, what we're looking at, I know it's kind of dark and everything's black up in there. That's cool. That shouldn't be dangling. All right, so this piece here, the splitter, screws up into this plate. I'm gonna actually pull these screws out of here again and go get some different screws for this, because there's 4 spots here this should screw in. So I'm gonna pop those out, put these back into this one, so there's all 4 screws in, so there's less of a chance of any kind of air leaking out of that. Then it also came with some foil tape, so you can put it around the outside edges to really try and seal that all. And then I'm going to seal this up with some foil tape as well. But it basically comes out of this splitter, comes down, the short duct goes over here on the closer side, obviously. What I had to do, because this duct was longer, as I showed you earlier, is I kind of stuck the tapered side with a longer taper in at this corner and just kind of pushed it behind it and hooked it in. And then I was able to just kind of push a little bit this way and put some pressure on that the foam ductwork up in the ceiling, and it was able to give me the clearance to put this up into it so it's sitting nice and flush. And then it was the same thing that I did on this side here. So this one was a little bit tighter than the other side for whatever reason. I'm not really sure, but it's in, it's nice and flush. That's what really counts. So I'm going to put some foil tape around all of this, really get that sealed up well, and then I'm going to fire this thing up and see what it's going to do once I reassemble all of this. Now that we got some screws here, I'm going to take these 2 screws out of the ducts on the side. I'm going to put them in the top here. Okay, that's in there. Really solid. Change out my bit to a Phillips here. I grabbed these, just random number 10 screws. I'm going to put this in the side to hold them in place. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm going to take the foil tape that is included in this kit. Of course, I wasn't prepared So we'll see if I can rip this. Oh yeah, there we go. Some of these you never know. Some will rip real nice and easy, the next, good luck. This stuff, you just kind of rip it down to size, and then you just peel this backing off. Just watch, because it will spring up on itself like that every time, especially if you're not prepared for it. We're gonna do the side first. I figured I would take a second here and just kind of talk about KoolRV while we're taping up all this ductwork. I had the chance of meeting the owners while we were at the Hershey RV show. Talked to both of them. They're both amazing people. They sat there and talked to me about my issues that I was having with my air conditioner. Kind of helped me brainstorm some issues. Really got me on track here. So big shout out to KoolRV. They are awesome. And even though the ductwork was a little bit hard to get together, I can't recommend this product enough. I think this is going to be a huge game changer as far as how it delivers that air throughout the camper now, being that it's all connected with this duct. So you probably couldn't see much of anything, but this is what it looks like now. There's the ductwork, covered in tape up here, all taped around the outside of it, and then the other duct all covered in the other side as well. All right. Now let's put it back together. So first things first, I'm gonna have to plug my control module back in here. That's the main control board. I want to make sure that that's actually plugged back in so it works. Okay, this should not have been dangling. This goes actually up into the coil. Gotta just find the dented section here. There it is. I guess I can see if I can show you that maybe. All right, so in case you tear yours apart and you see this wire dangling, this is a temperature sensor. It's a freeze sensor. It senses whether your coils are frozen or not. So this should not be dangling. This should actually be stuck up in your coil. So you kind of just look around until you find that dented area, and then it goes right in there. So it should look like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that should be up in there. All right. Cool. That should be there. Oh, geez. Grab my ratchet here. Tighten these up. Bring this plate up nice and tight. Could they have used any longer bolts for this? One more to go. And if you have a bit that goes in your drill that adapts it to a socket, highly recommend that for this once you get them started. Don't strip them out. I'm assuming that's what happened with that screw over there that's bent over, because it will not come out no matter what I do here. This thing just keeps on turning. Wish I could get this thing out so I could put a new bolt in it. But apparently it will not. So I'm just gonna do whatever was done before and just bend this back up. Maybe. All right, now we have to mount the main control board again. When you do this, you want to make sure that you use the same ports on the lid as you had them in there, because you never know what's up in there. If you hit that control board with a screw, game over. Now you're buying a new control board. All right. I'm going to turn this air conditioner on before I put that bracket up, because I want to do a test to see if it actually is all sealed. It's sealed up pretty well. All right, cool. I'm gonna just leave it run because I'm not sticking my hands up in there anymore. This is basically just the cover, but being that I have the RV silencer on here, yours will probably be a little bit different than mine. But basically just put your cover back on the AC unit, your filter back in there. Now we got that. And you can hear the drastic difference just putting this on that makes. That's why I love this, but the cover is pretty much the entire reason I like this system. As far as the ductwork setup that they had, not a fan of that. I hate that styrofoam crap. Just seems to hold a bunch of junk in it. As soon as you clean it, it's dirty again. It never really seems to be very efficient as far as the airflow goes. Okay. Now, let's see immediately what kind of difference that makes right now. All right, let's see if that made any kind of difference here. Alright, so right now we're sitting around like 12.5, 12.7 or so. It's kind of fluctuating a little bit here and there, but we're going to call that 12.7 miles per hour and 59.9 degrees Fahrenheit at that one. This one here, is about 10.4 miles per hour and 57.2 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Let's go run the test in the bedroom real fast, and then I have the other upgrade, if you will, to still do. That is involving the ductwork itself, though. All right, so we'll start with this one above the bed. This one is about like 6.6-ish, 6.5. All right, so this one, when I pushed hold, is sitting at 6.9 miles per hour and 57.7 degrees Fahrenheit on that. This one was probably the weakest of all of them. We are sitting at 2.4 miles per hour and 57.3 degrees on that one. I'm interested to see what the next thing I have in line for you guys does. So let me go get those, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. Well, here we go. So we got the the air conditioner all back together. Did the tests. Now, here's the next step. The next thing that I want to do is I want to address the duct work itself. So I saw this hack. These are just standard doorstop domes. I bought the clear just so if I look up in there you don't see them. I did a couple other things though, just kind of playing around and seeing what works better. So the first thing you need to do this stuff though is to remove this grate, these louvers off of your duct. You just need a flathead screwdriver to kind of pry up in underneath it and pull straight down. They will feel at times like you're going to break them. You just have to hit the right tabs. They're basically just held in by a couple spots here and rotate. So now that we have those off, what I was doing to mess with it here just to see if it helped, first of all, this one here, let me see if I can get this in the shot. This one here is my last vent on the line, right? So when you run into that, now for whatever reason the duct itself goes to about here, so it goes past my vent. So what you're doing is essentially blowing air past the vent, hitting that back wall, and then it has to come back through before it really drops down. Let me turn this off. So in order to fix that, what I'm gonna end up doing, and I was just playing around with some painter's tape to just see what effect it had on it. Let me see if I can get this to show you guys up inside. So I took some painter's tape and I'm gonna just kind of put it right on the back of this duct like a U shape so it can catch that air before it goes running past it. The other thing that I did, let me spin this. There we go. So on this side, what it has to do is it has to hit this side of the vent, which is a sidewall, and then it has to hit this top and kind of loop back down over. So I took some painter's tape again right here and just kind of made a ramp for it so it doesn't have to work as hard to get up over that lip. I am going to end up doing that in the duct tape, the foil tape, now that I can feel the difference already. But the other thing that I'm going to do is you take these door stoppers right here and you have to find the right spot to put them. But if you stick it right up in there somewhere, and we're going to move it around to find the right area to see which way it pushes the air. Actually, it feels like that's about the best spot coming out so far. I don't know what it is with this side, but it must be the way that the air is flowing off of that air conditioner and through my vents, but it seems to be riding this side of the ductwork best to get it to really pump that out. So I'm going to see if I can get this on camera for you to show you what I'm doing. It's going to be kind of tough being that I'm the only one in here right now. Let's get that. What I do is you take this and a screwdriver, and I have my anemometer here to really tell me what the readings are. But what I do is I'm going to take this. Let me turn this one back on so you have some better light. We're going to take this door stopper. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. I'm going to just hold it in place with this screwdriver. Okay. Then we're going to take my anemometer, which is going to read out how much air we have coming out of here. Right about here, we're at, it's saying 8.6. So if I slide this door stop around in different places, I put it over here. Now I went from 8 miles per hour to 12.7. We're at 11, 10.9 on this side. Right over here on the very edge, we're at 12.4. .7 right there. So I'm going to probably want it somewhere around that range, right in here. .3, 13.1. So that's about where I'm going to want to put it. Now that I see where that's at, now I need to take this backing off because it's just sticky backing. I think it was right around there. It's not going to be super. So you just stick it up in there. And now I'm at 12, so I'm going to move it a little bit. It's really stuck. These are very sticky. So that's not where I wanted it. So we're at 12.7, so that's about where it was. So I'm going to push that up and really set it in there and stick it in. That way, it's really set there. Now, just out of curiosity, this is all pretty much just a figure it out kind of thing, you know? If I take a piece of tape and just stick it up there, in theory it should catch more of the wind and direct it down. And it definitely does, because I'm almost at 13 now here. What did it do over here though? Actually increased it. That's wild. Okay. Let's see how this works tomorrow in the prime of day 2. If that works, then I'll definitely put the foil tape up there. This is way less permanent to just kind of mess around with it and see what it does with painter's tape first. Once you put foil tape on this foam ductwork up in there, it's gonna probably destroy it if we try to rip that back off. We are at sitting at 12.9 miles an hour. For now, we'll see what that does with these louvers on. Put these ones back on. The tape's getting in the way. Maybe not. Maybe it is. Let's still hold up here. There we go. All right. Turn this. No, what is happening here? And these louvers really kill the speed. Maybe I'm gonna look into some new vents. And we go from 13 down to 6 just by putting this on. There we go, that's 10. Alright, so I need to get this tape needs to be moved. So we gotta keep that in mind when we do the foil, not to put the tape over the edge. There we go. All right, so we're sitting around 10 miles an hour out of that one now. This one's pretty good. I don't know if this door stopper is going to do much of anything here. Being that I put a wall here. Oh, come on. Keep bumping the power button. Almost at 14 here. $14.7. $14.9. All right, well, let's see what that does. I'm gonna go right about there with it. Immediately when I put it up there, we're at 16.5 miles an hour. So I'm going to press that down and see what it does with this on it. Hold on. Well, when I pushed the button, it was at 11.8, but it's at 11.5 right now. So that's where we're sitting right now. So I'm going to go back and compare all these numbers because I don't remember where we were at beforehand. And I'll update the video once I go back through the footage. I'm going to do the same thing in the bedroom and see what that does. All right. Let's see where we're at here. And for real, I need some new vents because there's so much better airflow without those on. Okay, so I need to put that right in there. So I was reading like 12.2. .7, so that's good. I mean, immediately it went from 12 to like 4. That is insane. How much pressure you lose just by putting these louvers on. I can't say this enough. If you're having air conditioning issues with your camper whatsoever, buy this thing. It is crazy how much you will find out about how your camper air conditioner is working. Which vents are working, which ones aren't, which ones you're not getting any kind of airflow from. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to put some ramps up on this side. See if that helps any. I think it would also help if I shaved down this side of the duct, or the vent, I mean. Just kind of took a notch out to have some of the air collect in this. Man, The craftsmanship in this vent is awful. I can feel there's a hole about this far where there's no foam. It's just this ceiling only, where they just kind of used a punch saw and hacked this stuff up bad around this. So that's not helping anything. So thanks, Forest River. You got to check your quality control a little bit better. Instead of maybe paying your guys per unit, maybe have them slow down and check some stuff, because there's a ton of things that I've found since buying this trailer brand new, that there's been some issues that I've found along the way that were from factory that should have never been overlooked for a unit that you're selling expecting higher quality. I mean, that is, some of this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. Like this. This is craziness. That passed any kind of quality control in that. I can't believe that made it out of the factory like that. Somebody covered something up, for sure. This one's barely open, so that's awesome. Good thing they're charging like crazy money these days for this. The duct goes way back in there, way further than it should. Let's see if I can catch this like I did on the other side of it. This would explain why I've been having some severe issues with my air conditioning, though, because their venting that they've put in this unit is garbage. There's got to be something jammed or caved in or collapsed of some sort here. Because how are you only, I don't know, 4 feet away from the air conditioner and you're only blowing 6.5 miles per hour coming out of this vent? Alright, well here, that's better. If I hold it in a different area though, it gets a little bit better. So it's 13.8 now with that tape in here. This one at least has all the foam up next to it. I think I'm going to adjust some of these vents the way they go up in here too. This one. So my next step, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy an inspection camera so I can stuff it up in there and see what this looks like up inside. Because now I'm extremely curious. And I'm going to look for some better louvered vents, because this is crazy how much you lose just by putting the louvers on in your airspeed. That is insane to me. So the direction on these really matters too. If you want max airflow, in theory you're supposed to be able to turn these louvers to direct the air to where you want it at in your camper to be blowing. Turns out as you turn them, it makes a massive difference on which way you're angling to how much airflow is coming out as well. Little things that I would have never really known how big of a difference it makes without this tester. So if I turn the louvers to face our bed, it was blowing out at like 3 miles per hour. If I angle them back towards this wall now, we're at somewhere, it's 8.9, so just under 9 miles per hour. So I mean 3 times the pressure. If I turn it this way, (2.8), 5.7. So I mean it's a drastic difference in itself just to spin the louvers around. Crazy. Well, there you have it though. So there you have it. That's where I think I'm going to leave off for now. I still have to, I guess, put a door stopper in this one here above my bed if I really wanted to try it out and mess with it. But I'm going to just kind of tear back into this another day too and see if I can dig deeper into this, maybe modify some of these louvered vents and see if I can get some better airflow out of them. Not only that, but I'm going to investigate these actual ducts in this camper to see is there something blocking it, or if they just collapsed on itself or something like that. There's got to be more to this, and I'm going to dig deeper and find out what's going on. But as of now, I mean, so far between the cool air and just kind of modifying with the doorknob, the door stoppers, and some tape, I mean, I'm feeling drastic differences in movement of air already. So here's the hoping that that's going to at least be a step in the right direction. So I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.